Greeting investor, I'm Dara. I want to talk about the tariff between the US and Cambodia, which have the most impacted with the tariff rate. Now, with tariff from the US, you've been known that it's spreading around the countries. Donald Trump have been putting this tariff rate. Firstly with Canada, we see Canada, Mexico, China, right? It's bouncing off. But a lot of reason with the tariff, right? But why did US did it? Why did US actually implement the US tariff rate, right? What is his ideology? Well, let me tell you. I believe from what I'm seeing on the news is that Donald Trump see other country apart from US as countries that keep using the US currency. What this does is simply means that the supply of US, especially the currency, have been used up around the country, making demand less popular. This will slow down and make the economy for the US go doom, right? This is what Donald Trump is thinking right now. And the one weapon, right? The one weapon that Donald Trump actually believe can save US from this threat is tariff, right? It's tariff. Firstly, it's just, Canada, Mexico, Europe, China, but now it's starting to go with Asia. And one of the countries that affect the most is Cambodia with a 49% tariff rate, okay? Now, while people may see it as a negative things, right? We see from news, everyone worried what will happen to the trade, right? To the revenue for Cambodia. Why? Because Cambodia is the country that get most of their export sale from the US. The US bought many products from the Cambodia. Can you name one of them? One of them is sweater, right? Wool products, a lot of things like that. Jackets. When the tariff hits, this will have a negative impact on the sales for Cambodia, right? As you may know. And of course, other countries also get affected by the US trade tariff too. And they're trying to negotiate right now. Right now we are in the agreement negotiation between the US and Cambodia. Okay? While many people see it as a negative things, I see it as a positive thing. Now, I'm not being overly optimistic here, okay? I'm about to tell you my views on what might happen to Cambodia and how it can shift its way down to the US tariff if it were 49% and it's not going down, okay? There's three. Number one, diversification. While US trade tariff have a negative impacts on Cambodia, Cambodia actually have a chance to use this opportunity to enhance its trade capability with other nations. We talk about the Asia, and there's many countries that Cambodia actually possibly do trade with. China, the big country economy for Cambodia. We'll talk about that in the second point. And other countries, okay? Now, I did mention that US is the country that I would say buy a lot of wool, leather jacket from the Cambodia. But there's also other country, okay? Those other country, I would name Germany and Japan. They have the biggest, not the biggest, a big portion of import of wool jacket, right? Similar to US. This give a chance to Cambodia. If, example, the trade tariff going to destroy the US and Cambodia relations, Cambodia can shift to other nations. Same thing with Asia, with all other countries. That's the first point, right? Cambodia don't have to stay put in one US country. It has many other possibilities of trading, right, with other nations. Number 2, Cambodia has the strong alliance and relations with China. How is this impact or result from Cambodia? Well, you know that China is the opposite trade or opposite power from the US. And down past years, there's a lot of development projects into real estate, into construction, many development projects, okay, that China able to aid to the Cambodia. They help build this infrastructure, they help build road, they help build the bridges. And Cambodia really thankful for all of the investment that China have been made to them. Okay, and you see the point here. If US were to do this to Cambodia, Cambodia has a choice, a stronger long-term goal with China. China actually gonna feel more, not feel, but have more opportunities to do trade, investment in Cambodia. And this can also bring investment to Cambodia, the foreign direct investment, right? It can strengthen the tourism as well. It's actually a good thing. That is the second point that I see, that Cambodia have opportunities over this trade trouble. The final and third point is Asia, specifically into the supply chain. Now, I did mention in the beginning of the video that not only Cambodia, but most of the Asia countries can be affected by the US trade tariff. You have been putting trade tariff into different Asian countries. Now, what do I mean by supply chain? Well, if all of those Asian countries have been affected by US tariff, they somehow will find a way to strengthen their economy without US aids. This leads us into economy model. Okay? Now, I will talk about this later on into the risk, but what this means is that the country within the Asia will find a way to make the economy hold up, catch up with the other big economy around the world, Europe, China. All right? And supply chain here means that the economy model that each country has would have a strategy that include the supply chain of all Asian countries working together somehow to improve what is possible for the Asian countries, right? Example, they do trade with this country or that country. Example, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Singapore. They could do all of those trades that could help them in the long term. And this would link to competitive advantage. They would have to make sure each of their own products can help one another, because the competitive advantage here means that the products will be different from the US, from China, and I would say strengthened in the Asia. And speaking of China, China can actually implement this, can help this grow within Asia, the economy model, because China is a big Asian country, as you may know. And this supply chain can help in the long run for Cambodia as well. Example, garment industry, tourism, aviation industry. The material cost will be lower. It will help those who need in the garment. The labor cost might be lower, and the material used to produce fabric, used to produce goods may be lower. And you can see the point here that I'm making. Cambodia has the opportunity within the US trade tariff trouble. Now, those are the three things that I have for the opportunities that Cambodia may have. Now, for the risk that I mentioned in the video, the risk for alternative between Asian countries link up to the third reason that I talk about supply chain for Asian countries. The risk here refers to the failure of Cambodia might not able to catch up with the big countries within Asia. Example Singapore, example Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, the neighboring countries. Risk here, I will talk into two scenarios. The first scenario refers to the development of Asian countries. While this is happening, Cambodia might see it as a motivation to improve its own country as an internal policy or internal control. They might say, hey, all of these neighboring countries growing up, right? Because of the tariff, they can't rely on the tariff. They have their own economy model. They're growing up, so I need to catch up with them. So Cambodia actually start to look into what is the strength of the economy, what should the economy improve, what should the economy trades with others. Cambodia will look into this. That is the first scenario. Now for the second scenario, this is one I'm worried that could happen, hopefully not. All the neighboring countries and other Asian countries will grow up into a big economy with the help of China, right? Cambodia won't able to catch up, okay? Or at least they tried their best in order to catch up, but they cannot make it. This is the risk that I worry the most. Hopefully that, wouldn't appear in the future, right? Cambodia is a good position right now in the investment. There have been goings a bit worrisome in the real estate. The price is a bit going down because lack of investment from China, but this can be replaced by other industries such as the government industry, aviation, right? There's just new, I would say, a new aviation industry that is popping up, right? 𝐔𝐒 𝐓𝐚𝐫𝐢𝐼𝐻, it just pop up, aviation, airline, and that is a good thing. It can actually boost the economy forward without the help of investment from China. Hopefully this will continue to the future and Cambodia can actually keep a low, steady US trade tariff with China, with the US. Right now they're in a negotiation process, an agreement with the US. Hopefully they're able to make changes, able to make US reflects on the growth area that Cambodia actually have for them in the future, not just making our products known to them, but also create a good initiative with the world as well. Thank you.